uh, okay. Okay, if you can give me the ability to share my screen, then I'll be able to share my screen.
Right.
You just have to make me host. Yeah.
Are you good now?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. Just give me 1 second. Okay, and let me make it full screen, and hopefully you'll be able to watch this 2-minute video.
For over 50 years, NorQuest College has transformed lives for the better. Originally known as Alberta Vocational College Edmonton, NorQuest opened its doors in 1965 to just 550 learners. As the college grew, NorQuest stayed true to its founding identity, offering relevant and accessible education that inspires lifelong learning and the achievement of career goals. Through name changes, program expansions, new partnerships, a campus transformation, and tremendous growth in learners and employees, we've stayed true to who we are. A place where we make a real difference to our learners, employees, and the community. It all starts with our learners. They reflect who we are, why we're here, and where we're going. With learners from 114 countries, 75 languages spoken on campus, dedicated supports for people with disabilities, and an Indigenous learning space, our campus is a welcoming place, a place of true belonging. Whether they're new to Canada, completing upgrading, or pursuing post-secondary education, over 21,000 learners attend NorQuest to complete or further their studies, so they can enter the workforce with the skills to succeed. Our college community reflects our city. We're diverse, we're energetic, and we're full of initiative. NorQuest is Edmonton's community college, a place of inclusion and a place of impact. We don't just serve the community, we are the community. No matter where you are, you always have a place at NorQuest College. From students to faculty, from staff to supporters, we see you here. NorQuest College. See yourself here.
Okay. Hopefully that gives you a little bit understanding of what kind of institution we are. I'm going to share my screen again, and this time I'm going to share the presentation, and we'll go over quickly about NorQuest College. So just give me 1 second, and you'll be able to see my screen. Okay, I think you can see it now. Okay, that's good. Okay, so as you saw in the video, so NorQuest College is a community college. We are located in the city of Edmonton. It's the capital city of the province of Alberta. Alberta is one of the western province in Canada, and Alberta is also called the oil and gas province of Canada because 90% of Canada's oil is in Alberta. We also have around 60% of natural gas of Canada also in Alberta. We also have uranium, we also have potassium. So it's a very blessed place because it has a lot of natural resources. So Alberta is considered one of the richest province in Canada. And on top of that, being the richest, it's also one of the most affordable place. So Alberta is also one of the most affordable place to live in Canada. And Edmonton, the city we are located in, is considered one of the most affordable cities in Canada to live in. So you make good money because the economy is good with all the great natural resources, and the cost of living is very, very less. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Alberta and the economy of Alberta, because it's very important to understand the economy. Because if you come here to study, you will probably looking, okay, how's the economy? How's the job market? What are the opportunities in that region? So Alberta has the highest GDP per capita So GDP per capita, if you talk to any economist, they'll say a GDP per capita reflects the standard of living. So if you say, okay, if any place in the world have high GDP per capita, it means that the standard of living in that region is high. So Alberta has the highest GDP per capita as compared to any other Canadian province. So which means it has the highest standard of living. And that makes Alberta very attractive. A lot of people move to Alberta from different parts of Canada just because of high standard of living, because of high GDP per capita. Now, the second economic indicator that people look at is GDP growth rate, which means how many jobs are being added into the economy. So Alberta has been the leader. So Alberta has the highest GDP growth rate in 2023. It also has the highest GDP growth rate in 2024, which means it has great economy. So there are a lot of new jobs being added in the economy. Again, I put number here. You can see the Alberta working population. And this is like increasing every year. Also, the employment growth in Edmonton, the city we are located in, is increasing 4% year over year. So every year, 4% more jobs are being added into Edmonton's economy. Also, the unemployment rate is also very low in Alberta. It's only 6.3%, which means 93.7% of the people have jobs. So that's a good number also. So all these pretty much economic indicators give you a good understanding that Alberta is doing well economically. It's a great place to come and it has a lot of opportunities. Now, from a student perspective, you must be wondering, like, what does it mean for me? Which sectors are booming? What should I study? So as per the ALIS, which is the Alberta Labor Market Impact System, so it gives you an idea of which sectors are growing. So there's a projection of 2030, which is for next 7 years. So they are saying that technology and innovation is one of the field which is growing really fast in Alberta. And Alberta is also home to Alberta Machine Learning Intelligence Institute. So right now, Canada is spending a lot of money and a lot of resources in artificial intelligence. It's spending a lot of money on machine learning. It's spending a lot of money on data science. So if you do something in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, you will be in demand. Your job you will be in demand as a skill set because there's going to be a lot of jobs in the future in that sector. Energy and sustainability is another sector because, as I mentioned in the starting, Alberta is home to oil and gas. So there is definitely jobs in energy sector. There's also jobs in sustainability, which means environmental fields. Also, there are a lot of jobs in health. We need a lot of health workers. And after COVID, I think every country, not only Canada, realized that it needs health workers because they are very critical in any kind of situation. And then we also have a lot of demand for social assistance, humanity jobs, a lot of jobs in education, and a lot of jobs in environmental science. We call it here in Canada green economy. So green economy means anything that has to do with sustainability, environmental. So these are some of the sectors which are right now growing. So if you are wondering what should I study, you should study something in these lines and you will be having a very good future. Now, a little bit more about Edmonton, like why should you study in Edmonton? I'm comparing here Edmonton with other cities in Canada like Toronto, Vancouver. So one big thing that I mentioned in the starting is the cost of living. So the cost of living is one of the main drivers that a lot of people move to Edmonton because it's very cheap to live in Edmonton as compared to two other major cities. So just to give you a very rough idea, like a 1-bedroom apartment here in Edmonton costs anywhere from $700 to $1,000, depending on what kind of apartment you're looking for. If you go to probably Toronto or Vancouver, that cost is going to double. So there, the same apartment may going to cost you anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. So that's pretty expensive. And a lot of international students cannot afford to live in an apartment in the major cities, whereas in Edmonton, you can definitely afford to live in an apartment. Also, taxes are low. So you can see here, Alberta has only 5% tax as compared to other provinces where it's like double the tax, like 13 or 12%. So that makes everything cheaper. If you're buying a phone, you're buying a car, you're buying a laptop, you're buying a house, you're paying less taxes. So everything is more cheaper in Alberta. So because of these two reasons, low cost of living, low taxes, Alberta is considered one of the most affordable province in Canada. Also, Alberta offers a lot of immigration pathways. So if you say, okay, well, I'm here in Canada, I'm studying, I want to settle down in Canada. Yeah, there are some options in Alberta. We have three main streams. One is called Alberta Opportunity Stream. You can Google it online. One is called Alberta Rural Renewal Stream. And the third one is called Alberta Express Entry. So there are three ways through which students who graduate can apply and can look to get immigration in Alberta. So there are options to stay back also. Now, employment-wise, I already mentioned in the starting, the economy is doing well here in Alberta. And then these are different sectors. You see oil and gas, you see health, education, social work, wholesale, retail. We also have tourism, a lot of jobs in tourism. So a lot of those sectors, we are a lot of jobs. So it's a very diverse economy. It's not that we have only jobs in one sector. We have jobs in various sectors. And also incomes are a little bit higher here in Alberta. So it's a little bit higher as compared to some other provinces. So people make more money in Alberta because the average salaries are higher here in Alberta. So these are all the good reasons why to come and study in Edmonton. So this is pretty much how our campus looks like. This is a downtown campus. We have these two big buildings and there are a few buildings behind it. And there are these two, admin buildings that you see in the front. Then there's a parking area. So we are pretty much in the downtown and you can see high rises in the background. We have a train system in Edmonton. So when you're coming to the school, you can take this train, you can take the bus. So it's very well connected and it's pretty much in the heart of the city. So that's pretty much in the entertainment district of the city. That's exactly where we're located. So it's a very prime location. Now, a little bit about our college. So NorQuest College is a public funded community college. So we are a government college. And we are the only public college in Edmonton. So that's why we call ourselves Edmonton's Community College. We have a long history. You probably saw in the video. We were established in 1965. So next year, it's going to be 60 years since we are established. So we have been established for the last 60 years. We are one of the largest public funded community college in Alberta. We serve 16,000 full-time part-time. And if we include our continuing education student, we touch close to 20,000 students who study with us. We are very diverse. Again, you saw in the video, we have students from more than 100 countries, so many languages spoken on campus. And we have a lot of Nigerian students. We have close to 200 Nigerian students who are already studying in our college. So you'll not be the only Nigerian. There are so many Nigerians who are studying, and we even have staff members who work in our college are also Nigerians. So there's a huge community here in Edmonton of Nigerians. Also, what makes NorQuest unique? So one thing that we focus heavily on is our program. So we align our programs with the labor market needs. So we only offer those programs where there is a demand that students can find job after they graduate. We call those programs, you can see here as a second bullet point, workforce relevant programs, or you can call in simple language in-demand programs. So they are all in-demand programs that we are offering. And on top of the in-demand program, we also offer what we call, this is the last bullet point, work integrated learning, which means every program we offer have a practicum. So you're not only just getting education, you're also getting some experience. And our career center will find practicum for you. You'll go and work and you'll get some experience. So you're getting both education and experience, which is very, very important if you're looking for employment. And this is our slogan also. The slogan of our college is graduate with experience. So this is very, very important because experience is something a lot of employers are looking for. Then we have a lot of support services. We have career center. So they also organize career fairs. So we will bring companies in the college, you can talk to them. And then of course, you can apply for jobs and all that. Again, it does not guarantee your job, but it gives you an opportunity to apply for a job. Then we also have a student support center, networking opportunities, mentorship opportunities. And we also have a very high graduation employment rate. Like right now, our stats is that more than 90% of our students are able to find job within 6 months of graduation. So that's a pretty good number. So more than 90% students can find job within 6 months of graduation. And that is what our focus is, that our students are able to find job. Now, this is what I mentioned before, our slogan. This is applied learning. So our slogan of the college is graduate with experience. So these are different kind of practicums. So if you're doing a health program, we have clinical placement. So we'll send you to hospital, we'll send you to pharmacy clinic, we'll send you to physiotherapist clinic, and you'll get some experience there. If you're doing a humanities or community studies program, we have a work placement, field placement, we have community service learning. If you're doing a STEM program, business program, we have a co-op that could be paid, could be unpaid. And then some other program we call professional certificate, we have practicum in those programs. So these are all different kind of applied learning. And this is very crucial for international students because international students have zero Canadian experience. So it's very important for them to get some Canadian experience in their field of study. So that is very, very important. So the programs we offer program in business, environmental science, technology, health science, community studies, arts and science. I'll give you a quick overview of the programs. So under business, we have like business diploma. It's a 2-year diploma. And we have 4 specialization. We have accounting, we have finance, we have human resource, we have management. And we also have 4 months of practicum in this program as well. But again, it's comparative practicum. If our students get those 4 months of practicum, it's going to be a paid internship in a company. So that's is available in the business administration diploma. Then we have 2 1-year program. One is called administrative professional. The other one is called accounting technician. So this is, of course, focused in accounting. And then we also have professional certificates. You see at the bottom, there is business analysis, supply chain, food and beverage management. These are 1-year programs, and these are only for students who have done diploma or degree. So from Nigeria, we get a lot of students who have done, I'm forgetting the name, it's called advanced diploma or something like that. I think it HND, higher national diploma. Sorry. Yes, HND. So a lot of students who have done HND in Nigeria, they can apply for program like business analysis, supply chain, food and beverage. We have a new program coming up called project management. And the program, these are structured, these are 1-year program. And in this 1-year program, student will study 9 months in class and 3 months is internship. So they are working for 3 months in the field of study. And these are also great programs. And a lot of these programs are accredited programs, like supply chain is accredited by Supply Chain Canada. And students, later on, if they gain some experience, can become supply chain management professional. If you do business analysis, this program is accredited by International Institute of Business Analysis. You can write an exam after you graduate, you can become a business analyst. So these are, accredited programs, great career options for students after they graduate. Then in environmental and technology, we have environmental technician program. So as I mentioned to you, Canada is investing heavily in green economy. So there are a lot of jobs in as an environmental technician. So we'll definitely give you, the options how you can work after this. And this program also have 4 months of internship, the environmental technician program. Then we also have the energy management program. This is mainly for students, who want to work in construction, who wants to become an energy auditor, because in Canada, it's pretty cold. So you need to have a insulated houses. So before, any company will say this house is ready to live, they have to go through an audit. So energy auditor will come and do an audit. They'll also will teach them renewable energy, how to put solar panels on the top of the roof of the house. So all those kind of things we teach in it. So these 2 programs have 4 months practicum, environmental technician. So we have a lot of students from Nigeria in environmental technician who has done HND in science, who even have done high school in science. They're also coming. Same thing in energy management. We have a lot of students who have done high school in science, or they have done HND in science. They're also coming in that. We also have machine learning program. So this program is computer science. We teach in this program artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science. We also teach coding. So students should like coding. We teach them Python language. We teach them JavaScript. So all those are the coding languages, of course. And it's very important that you like coding, because that's the main part of this program, because you have to build algorithms and all those kind of things in machine learning program. And this program also have a lot of projects, and it's a very high demand program right now because everybody's talking about artificial intelligence. Then in community studies, we have a program called Arts and Science. In Arts and Science, we have a specialization called New Media, Communication and Technology. So anyone who wants to go into digital marketing, social media, content creator, those kind of fields, then they can take that specialization of new media, communication and technology. So this is a 2-year program. This program is suitable for high school students, I would say. So we have a lot of high school students who apply for this arts and science diploma. Then we have early learning and childcare diploma. This is also very popular because there's a shortage of childcare workers in Canada. So the job market for childcare worker is pretty good here in Canada. So you work mainly in daycare, taking care of small children, but there are a lot of demand for childcare workers here in Canada. We also have early learning and childcare certificate that you see below it. That's a 1-year program. Then we have educational assistant program. This is very high demand program. Like last year, everyone who did educational assistant, everybody got a job.
Wow.
Because it's a very high demand program. So educational assistant is mainly for someone who wants to work in school under a teacher. So you will be working in a high school system from grade 1 to grade 12, and you are helping the main teacher, and you will be working with students, regular students, or students with special needs, like students who have autism or learning disability, all those kind of special need kids. So you'll be working very closely, and that's called educational assistant. Then we have child and youth care diploma. This is another program, very, very great program. If you really are into counseling, you like counseling, you'll be working in a school, you're working in a municipality, and you will be talking to teenagers, you'll be talking to children, and you will be their counselors. And then we also have another 2 programs which are related to social work. So we have a social work diploma. It's very popular because after doing this program, students can become a registered social workers. There are a lot of jobs for social workers here. It's a very, very high demand program. And then community support worker is another program which is entry level into social work. So the government here in Alberta or Canada spend a lot of money on social assistance programs. So people who are homeless, women who are, single mothers, or children who are orphan, they are usually taken care by government, and government has different kind of fundings and all those kind of things. And they are all run through them, and the social workers, community support workers do that. Then we have settlement studies. This is mainly a program if you want to work in settlement agencies, because Canada brings a lot of refugees in country. We brought like maybe close to 300,000 Ukrainians recently. We brought a lot of refugees from Venezuela, Haiti, all those countries. So a lot of those refugees are settled by the settlement agencies. So once you graduate from this program called settlement studies, then you'll be working as a settlement advisor in these settlement agencies. Then we have disability studies. That's another program. This is mainly working with people with special needs. Could be autism children, could be Alzheimer patient, could be dementia patient. So all different kind of people who need special assistance. So you'll be working closely with them. And then we also have the justice diploma. This is mainly for criminal justice. So if somebody wants to go into law enforcement, wants to go into criminal law, then they can definitely go into a justice program. Then we have 2 post diplomas: addiction recovery practitioner, mental health recovery practitioner. This is mainly for students who have diploma or degree in health science or psychology, sociology. We have a lot of students who have done higher national diploma in or bachelor's degree in psychology, sociology, social work, who also apply for this program called addiction recovery, mental health recovery. But these are, tough careers because you're talking to people who have suicide thoughts. So you're working on suicide prevention. And also we have another post diploma coming up called autism studies. in which you'll be working with children who have autism. So that's going to be a specialized program in that. Then we have these healthcare programs. They are very high demand. So we have healthcare aid. So healthcare aid is a person who's working in a hospital taking care of the patient. So if you're in a healthcare field and you want to enter Canada and you want to go into the field which is very high demand, you can go into healthcare aid program. Then we have healthcare leadership. That's a post diploma. So this program student must have a degree or diploma in health science, and they can apply for this. This is mainly management of healthcare. Then we have interdisciplinary therapy. This is more like physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, recreation therapy. And then we have another program below it. You'll see recreation therapy. This is more focused on recreation therapy in senior homes. Then we have pharmacy technician program. So after completing this program, students can write an exam and they can become a certified pharmacy technician. Then we also have the nursing program, practical nursing diploma. This is mainly for high school student. So anyone who has done a high school here in Nigeria, they can apply for this practical nursing program, and then they will become licensed practical nurse. But we have another program called Practical Nursing Diploma for Internationally Educated Nurses. So anyone who has done a diploma or a degree in health science can apply for this program. It could be a nurse. So if you're a nurse in Nigeria, you are a doctor in Nigeria, you are a nutritionist, you are a pharmacist, any kind of healthcare field, you can apply for this program called Practical Nursing Diploma for Internationally Educated Nurses. It's a very high demand. Nurses right now are in huge demand here in Alberta. And it's a very high demand programs. So these are all good programs. And the good thing for Nigerian student is that, of course, we do not ask for IELTS from Nigerian students. So they can apply to all the program, including nursing program without IELTS. There is only one program in which we need IELTS, that is called pharmacy technician. So if you're applying for pharmacy technician, you need to write IELTS, but all other programs you can get admission, including nursing, without an IELTS. Okay. I'll go to the next slide. So these are all popular programs because a lot of students ask me, which are the popular programs? So business is very popular. We have 3 intakes. Early learning childcare is very popular. We have 3 intakes. Healthcare aid is popular. We also have 3 intakes. Fall is September, winter is January, spring is May intake. Then practical nursing, also we have 2 intakes. Practical nursing diploma for internationally educated nurses, we have 3 intakes. Then mental health, addiction recovery practitioner, we have 2 intakes. Then professional certificates, we have fall intake. And then you can see the rest here. There are STEM programs. Then there are university transfer programs, arts and science and others. So these are some of the popular programs among international students. We do have seats available right now for winter intake. So if you want to apply, you can apply for winter, means January 2025. We have seats available in practical nursing diploma for internationally educated nurses, mental health recovery, machine learning analyst, business, accounting, arts and science, administrative professional, settlement studies. So these are all the programs we have seats available. Even we have seats available for September 2024 in program like practical nursing diploma for internationally educated nurses, machine learning, arts and science, environmental technician, accounting, business. Even in energy management, we have some seats available. So there are seats available pretty much in a lot of the programs that we have that you can see. We also have opened our application for the for spring intake. So you can even apply for spring intake. And in order to apply for the program, you will go to norquest.vas.universe.com, but you can also apply through our host here. So he's one of our partners. You can reach out to him and he can help you to apply to NorQuest College, because for us, all our agent partners have their agent portal. So he will have his own agent portal and he'll be able to submit application on your behalf in our portal. I'm going to skip all these steps and I'm going to go to more information that you're probably more interested in. And I'll go here. So summary. So basically our applications, are submitted through VAS. Application fee is $155. Once you receive a decision, right now it's taking only 7 days to get an offer letter if you meet the admission requirement. So within 7 days, you should get your offer letter. Then once you get an offer letter, you just have to pay $1,000 tuition deposit to confirm the seat. You have to send your official documents. From Nigeria, we usually need scratch cards. You probably already know that. So we need scratch cards to verify your transcripts. And then after that, once you paid $1,000 deposit, then you will get a provincial attestation letter. And then with that, you'll apply for study permit. And that's pretty much it. So that's how, you will go through the application process. I'll skip this because Nigerian students don't need to write IELTS because it's weighed for Nigerian student, with the exception of pharmacy technician. These are application deadlines. Even for fall intake, we are currently accepting applications. So you can definitely apply even for September, for winter next year or spring next year. It's dependent on, when you want to apply. And then we do have scholarships, some scholarship, not a lot of scholarships. We have entrance scholarship. If you have a 75% marks, you can apply for this scholarship. You have to write a letter. You may get $1,000 scholarship, roughly, as an entrance. Then if you are studying with us, you scored 85% marks, you can get $2,000 scholarship. So there are some scholarship available. Like our average tuition fee for our programs are roughly between 18,000 to 21,000 per year. Again, this is Canadian dollars. This is not US dollars. So this is Canadian dollars, which is less than US dollars. So it's between 18,000 to 21,000 Canadian dollars. And you don't have to pay this money in one go. You will pay this money term by term. And then, of course, you're also allowed to work 20 hours a week while you're studying. And then you're also, will get a post-graduation work permit once you graduate from our programs. Okay. So these are the scholarship. And again, this is our Instagram page. If you are on Instagram, I would say, follow us on NorQuest International page. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this presentation was helpful. I know that was a lot of information, but I hope everybody got a good idea. Yes. Oh, back to you. Back to you. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Saurabh. That was very comprehensive and insightful. In fact, you've answered most of the questions that I already tabled here, but still, thank you. I would like you to talk more about the advantage or the advantages of co-op and practicum, because it says from this part of the world, Nigerian students don't take advantage of co-op since students don't really know much about co-op, the advantage. So I would like you to talk more about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. So co-op, or we call it applied learning. Yes, it's very, very important. I think a lot of times students ask me this question, well, can I get a job after I graduate from the program? And I ask them a counter question. Does your program has a practicum? And if yes, they say, yeah, there is a practicum in my program. Then I said, well, there is a chance for you to get a job. Just to give you a very rough idea, like 40% of our students also get a job through practicum. So if a student takes their practicum as a job and they do a really good job while they're on a practicum, a lot of time employers like to retain them because everybody likes good employees. And again, a lot of our practicums are unpaid. But that's why sometimes students don't take it seriously. Oh, it's an unpaid job. No, take it seriously because a lot of time those internships may lead to jobs. So as I mentioned, the rough number is 40%, but it could be more even if students are taking their practicum seriously. So practicum is very, very important. And one thing extra I will add is that in our college, we also give students experience transcript. So not only we give them academic transcript, we also give them an experience transcript, which is a confirmation from the college that student has worked for these many hours in the internship. So this is more to show to the employer that, see, my college is verifying that have actually worked in this field. And then employer are more keen to take you because once they know you are already trained. If they have to train you, sometimes employers don't like to hire if they have to train you from scratch. But if you're already trained, you have some experience already, then they will definitely like to hire you. So practicum is very, very important.
All right, thank you for the response. So culturally, Nigerians, we internalize issue, we keep to ourselves very well, we do not share things. And I know it's a big issue for international students when they get to destination country. And I
Yeah.
also know that you are the manager of student support in your institution. Can you share
Yes.
more light about what the student support units in colleges and university, what they stand for, and how they could be beneficial for international students?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have, like, starting from the start of the journey of the student. So we have a settlement advisor. So I think when a new student comes to Canada and Edmonton, the first thing their first need is accommodation. I need a place to live. So we have a settlement advisor who will be helping students. They will provide option. We have resources on our website. They'll say, okay, these are the companies, these are property management companies who owns these apartments closer to the college. Go and talk to them, and tell them I'm a NorQuest student, and they will help you to find an accommodation. So we have that service available to help students in accommodation, first of all. Then when student arrives in Canada, we have a campus check-in where we invite all different government organizations to come on campus. So a student needs a social insurance number, because once they get a social insurance number, then only they can work in Canada. So we invite Service Canada. We even invite banks to the college, so students can open their bank account on campus. They don't have to go to a bank. And then also we also check their immigration documents. So we have immigration advisors, who can see students' documents, study permits, and all that. And then also we have mentorship program. So if a student say, I want to connect with a Nigerian student who is a senior student, so I can learn from them. Yes, we do connect students with the senior students, so they can tell you about, where they could find a part-time job, all those kind of things, how to be successful in Canada, how to study, all those kind of things. We even have a volunteer program, because initially students do not have any work experience. We say, okay, come and work for us as volunteers, get some experience. It's maybe unpaid, but at least you're getting some experience. We have a career center, so students can go to career center and they can say, well, I want to apply for job, I need a part-time job to sustain my life. We have a career coach. They can go and talk to them, and also the career coaches help them for job preparedness after they graduate also. And then we have Center for Growth and Harmony at the college. So we have nurses in our college. So if students say, okay, I'm sick today, I'm having a fever, they can go to a nurse and they can get a prescription, a medicine from nurse for free. So they don't have to go to a doctor right away. They can go to a nurse and the nurse can give prescription. This is a free service in the college. We even have counselors, psychologists. So if a student is feeling low, lonely, they have some mental health issues, we have all the support services at the college. We even have student association. If you say, you know what, I want to raise my voice, I'm being discriminated, yes, you have a voice. There's student association. There is also Office of Judicial Affairs. And then we do a lot of events. We have a fashion show that we do in the college. So if you want to showcase your Nigerian culture, Nigerian food, you can definitely do it during those fashion shows. We have Global Cafe. We did one Global Cafe recently where we hosted Nigerian students. They showcases Nigerian culture, Nigerian food, and they shared it with students. So, on and on. I can go the whole day, but there are a lot of support services that we have. We also have immigration support. And in immigration support, we do a lot of workshops. So if a student can come to a workshop, they say, okay, I want to get immigration. I want to know what are my options. Yes, we give them workshops. We give them an idea. What are your options if you want to settle down permanently in Canada? So all those kind of services are available for our students. We even have an alumni group in which we invite our alumni once they graduate to come to the college, connect with another alumni, and still be connected with the college once they graduate. So there's a lot of support services, pretty much what I mean to say, at the college to support the students. And of course, as I mentioned before, we have close to 200 Nigerian students who are studying. We have close to, I think, 100 students from Ghana. We have 50 students from Kenya. So these are the three main countries from Africa. We have students from Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya.
Thank you for sharing more light on the advantage of COOP and practicum. So one particular program that we've been getting a lot of inquiries, and I believe a lot of people will be very angry with myself and my admission link if I did not ask questions further about it, is the practical nursing program.
Yeah.
And question is centered around what is the pathway after graduation or completion of this program. That's one. Another question is centered around the cost implication. What's the total cost or the tuition per year for this course? And mostly the requirements to be able to be eligible for this course.
Yeah, so that's a good question. Thank you everyone who's asking that question. So there are two nursing programs. So one is called Practical Nursing Diploma that you see here. This is mainly for high school students. So anyone who has done NECO or Western African examination, they can apply after that. We need that student has done English, they have studied maths, and they've studied biology. So these are the three courses we are looking. And for African students, for nursing, for Nigerian students, they don't need to write any IELTS, TOEFL. It's exempt for them. Then we have a second program, which is called Practical Nursing Diploma for internationally educated nurses. And this one, a student must have done degree or diploma in health science, any health science field. Could be a nurse, could be a doctor, could be a pharmacist, could be a nutritionist, could be a physiotherapist, like any kind of background students can apply. We can even accept higher national diploma in nursing also. Those kind of students can also apply in this program. If there is anything called higher national diploma in nursing, I'm just making it up. But any students with a diploma and degree in health science can apply for this program. And this program also, we do not ask for any IELTS. Both the programs leads to a license in Alberta, which is called LPN, Licensed Practical Nurse. And students can work as a nurse in Canada. One good thing about this program, Practical Nursing Diploma for Internationally Educated Nurses, is that the government of Alberta is giving a bursary to students who do this program, this Practical Nursing Diploma for Internationally Educated Nurses, but they have to sign an agreement with government of Alberta. So they will sign an agreement that they will work 4.5 years in rural Alberta, in villages in Alberta as a nurse. If they sign that agreement, and they may get $30,000 in bursary.
Wow.
While they're doing the program. Now, it's not a guaranteed, it's a lottery. So first come, first serve. So whoever applies first gets the the bursary. So this is another great opportunity of getting a $30,000 bursary in this program, Practical Nursing Diploma for Internationally Educated Nurses. Now the tuition fee for both the program, they are expensive program, but the earning opportunity is also great. Like the Practical Nursing Diploma is roughly around $44,000 for 2 years. And this program is also roughly $43,000 for 2 years. Again, students don't have to pay that money in one go. They pay term by term. But once a student graduates and the starting salary of a nurse is around $50,000. So whatever you're spending in 2 years, you will be earning that back in just 1 year. And of course, you're getting a 3-year work permit. So of course, you're going to earn 3 times what you're spending to do the program. So the return on investment is high. And then, of course, you have the opportunity to stay back in Canada also, because nurses are definitely very, very high demand, and Canada does not want to lose any nurses. So this is a very high demand program right now. And we have seats available for Practical Nursing Diploma for Internationally Educated Nurses for fall, for winter, and spring. So right now, all the 3 intakes are open. You can apply for September this year, winter next year, which is January, or spring, which is May next year. So you have 3 intakes to apply.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that response. From my research also, I discovered that studying practical nursing in your college is a pathway to becoming a registered nurse. Like after the program, they can write the final examination to become a registered nurse. Is that correct?
No. So this program leads to LPN. So LPN is called Licensed Practical Nurse. So registered nurse is a different, I would say, designation, and LPN is a different one. But right now in Alberta, we need more LPNs than RN. So
Okay.
there is more job opportunities for LPNs because there's a shortage of licensed practical nurse. Like in one hospital, you basically need 2 registered nurses, but you
Wow.
need 50 LPNs.
Wow.
So you need more LPNs than you need RN. So that's why there's more demand for the licensed practical nurse.
Wow. Wow. Guys, can you hear that? Studying practical nursing in NorQuest College, you stand a chance of getting bursary of up to 30,000 Canadian dollars. If you have 30,000 Canadian dollars and the total tuition is 44,000, that means probably you need just 14,000 Canadian dollars eventually to offset your tuition. So that's a great one. Thank you, Sarah. The last
Yeah.
question I would like to ask there are a lot of questions in the chat box before I start reading. The question is about if you can share more light on the Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program, the International Graduate category, and the Postgraduate Worker category. Because a student from this part of the world, one of the major determinants of the choice of destination countries, if they are going to be able to settle down in the country eventually after their study. So can you talk more about this program?
Yeah, so we have the immigration program. So we have 3 pathways. So one is called Alberta Opportunity Stream. So in the Alberta Opportunity Stream, if a student study any 2-year diploma, could be a nurse, could be a business, could be environmental science, could be early learning childcare. If they study any 2-year diploma or they study any 1-year post-diploma, like mental health, addiction recovery, they just need 6 months of experience. So what happens is once you study 2 years in Canada, you will get a 3-year work permit. So on your 3-year work permit, if you work for 6 months in the field of study, then you can apply for Alberta Opportunity Stream. So it's a pretty straightforward, like two years of study, 6 months experience, and then the student can apply and become a permanent resident through Alberta Opportunity Stream. Then we have Alberta Rural Renewal Stream. Now, it happens like sometimes students say, okay, I studied my program like environmental technician, but I cannot find a job in the field of study. So what are my options now? I could only find a job in a Walmart as a cashier. So in that case, we will say, well, then you can go to a rural community, a smaller city, and then you can work there for any company. And once you work for 1 year in that community, then you can apply to Alberta Rural Renewal Stream. So that's another option. They will need an endorsement letter from their employer saying that, yeah, they have a permanent job and they're working on a permanent job. So that's the second option for students to apply for immigration. And the third option is express entry. So express entry is a point-based immigration system in Canada. And we usually need here in Canada roughly around 480 to 540 points to get immigration out of 1,200 points. So the total points are 1,200. Out of that, you need 480 to 540 points to get immigration. But in Alberta, you can get immigration as low as 300 points because as long as a student has worked for 1 year in their 3-year work permit. And that has to be skilled or semi-skilled job. So there are a lot of options, what I mean to say, for the students. There are 3 main options for students who get immigration. So that's why students come to Alberta. We have many students who go to other provinces, and then they eventually move to Alberta, mainly because of the immigration pathways.
Yeah, thank you for the response to the question. So now I will just move to reading the questions in the chat box.
Sure.
This question is from Ade Torreira. So the application fee is 155 CAD. Yes, application fee is 155 CAD. He said practical nursing is still available for, I think she's asking if the intake for 2024 September is still open. Can someone with study permit in Canada apply for September 2024?
Yeah. Even from overseas, they can apply. I know from overseas is going to be a little bit challenged because it takes some time to get a visa. But yes, student who is in Canada can definitely apply. And we have seats available for practical nursing diploma for internationally educated nurses. We have seats available for fall, which is September 2024. for January 2025 and May 2025. So we have seats in all those three intakes right now. So you can definitely apply. And the application fee is $155. Yes.
All right, so the next question is, I want to study nursing, but I have HND, Higher National Diploma in accountancy and experience as an accountant in the health sector. Does it have age restriction? I don't know if this client.
Yeah. So if you're coming from an accounting background, so unfortunately, you'll not be able to apply for practical nursing diploma for internationally educated nurses, but you can apply for another healthcare program called Healthcare Aide. So Healthcare Aide is another field in healthcare. So basically, if you go to a hospital in Canada, the first person who will see you is a registered nurse. When you enter, when you are, they say, okay, now you need to be hospitalized into the hospital, the person who will come and check your temperature and thermometer and all that will be a licensed practical nurse. And the person who is monitoring you and is, cleaning your bed, feeding you, making sure that you're taking your medicine, all that is called healthcare aide. So you can definitely become a healthcare aide worker. And then after becoming a healthcare aide worker, then you can make your way into the practical nursing later on. But if you are coming from a non-nursing, non-science background, from accounting background to healthcare aide is a great entry level.
All right, so the next question is, will I be able to apply for data science with 4 years working experience in data analytics? I have background degree in anatomy.
Yeah, you can definitely apply. If you have a HND in data, you can definitely apply. It depends on which program you want to apply. We have professional certificates that you can see here on the screen: supply chain, business analysis, food and beverage management. We are coming with the project management also in spring. So there are 3 options here in professional certificate. You can go into that. If you say, I want to go into artificial intelligence, machine learning, then you can even do a machine learning analyst diploma. So it all depends. Do you want to go into business side of analysis, or you want to go into technical side of data analytics? But you can apply, yes.
Yeah. So the next question is from Chibuzo. He said, I have 3rd class degree in accounting. Can I be able to go for business analyst?
Yes. So basically, if you want to apply for professional certificate business analysis, yes, you can apply, because we do not look at your marks. What we want that you have completed your program. So if you have a 3rd class in your HND or your bachelor's degree, the answer is yes, you can definitely apply.
All right, that's a good one. Then the last question here is, as a healthcare professional from Nigeria, will I enjoy the new pathway to permanent residence for healthcare professional coming to Canada?
Yeah, I think, you can definitely. So all the programs that we have do have some pathways for permanent residency. But again, it depends like which healthcare program you take. As I mentioned, nursing is very high demand. Healthcare aid is very high demand. So it depends on which program you take. You can definitely have a great pathway for permanent residency after you complete. But of course, there's no guaranteed. I cannot guarantee a permanent residency, but there's definitely a chance for you to apply, because the rules also change of immigration all the time. But definitely what we see, if you take any healthcare program, you cannot go wrong, because healthcare will be always in high demand in Canada, and Canada will always prioritize healthcare workers in immigration.
All right, so I'm sorry, this is not the last question. I can see 18 years.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm sorry, this is not the last question. So the next question is, I want to study practical nursing. I have HND certificate in microbiology and a CNA certificate. I think that's certified nursing assistant. So she's asking if she can apply for the practical nursing.
We have to look at your transcript. You can send me, or maybe you can forward your documents to our host here, and then he can send it to me. We can do a rough pre-assessment. I have to look in your documents. Really hard to say whether you're eligible or not. But again, you can just send your documents. We can take a quick look, and then we can give you a very rough idea if you can apply for practical nursing diploma for internationally educated nurses or not. So yeah, just send your documents and then we'll review it and then we'll give you a rough idea.
All right. So the next question is tied around tuition deposit. So this person is asking, does one need to pay full tuition before being allowed into Canada? If not, what is the initial deposit?
Yeah, so the initial deposit is $1,000 only. But from Nigeria, we do recommend students to pay minimum 1 semester fee, minimum before they apply for visa. But just to confirm your seat, we just need $1,000 and then your seat is confirmed. But before you apply for your visa, I would highly recommend you to pay 1 semester, or even better if you can pay 1 year. But if you can't pay 1 year, at least 1 semester.
All right. So the tuition deposit required by the school is 1,000, but to help in your visa application so that you can maybe stand a better chance of getting the visa approved, it is advisable that you pay 1 semester tuition, which will be around 11,000 Canadian dollars. The next question is, can I study practical nurse course with environmental health and public health certification?
We have to look into that. I don't think so. We have a list. Again, I can share the list later on with our host here, and then he can forward it to you. But there's a list of courses that we only accept for practical nursing for internationally educated nurses. I'm not sure whether this will cut for that. So I think that is something that we have to look into. And also, I think there's one thing that came to my mind. A lot of people ask that question. I don't know, maybe somebody didn't ask it here, but I think a lot of students ask like caregiver program. So healthcare aid is kind of a caregiver, but it's not also a caregiver. So a student who has done a healthcare aid program, they are kind of a caregiver for you in a hospital. But they are mostly hospital based. Caregivers are mostly who are working in the house. That's a little bit different. So healthcare aides are more like caregivers in the hospital.
Okay. So this question is, I think, the practical nursing for international educated nurses course. Is this course for only nurses? Can an international educated doctor apply for this course? Definitely, I think.
Yeah, I have a list. You know what? Let me just give me 1 second.
Share the list here.
Yeah, let's pull up the whole list. And I think this, because we're getting a lot of questions on this one, I think it will be really helpful, once I share this list with you, because a lot of students have this question regarding which are the programs. So just give me 1 minute and I'm going to share the whole list with you. Okay. And I'm going to, I think it's opening up. Okay, so let me share my screen and then you'll be able to see the full list. Okay, and this is the full list here. You'll see it very soon. So this is the list. So any student who has done a degree or diploma in nursing, pharmacy technician, health administration, health education, nutrition, massage therapy, respiratory therapy, medicine, a doctor of homeopathic, dental assistant, radiology, Unani medicine. These are like different kind of that. Gerontology, occupational therapist, physiotherapist, dentistry, audiology, veterinary medicine, BSc in biotechnology, MSc in microbiology, and then medical lab science, bachelor's of naturopathy, physician assistant. So these are all different fields of health field. If you have a degree or diploma in any of these fields, you can definitely apply for practical nursing for internationally educated nurses. So this is pretty much the list of the programs that you need to do in order to get into that. So nutritionist, we have a lot of nutritionists who are doing the program. We also have a lot of people who are pharmacists. We have a lot of nurses also. We have a lot of people who are doctors, even veterinary doctors who are doing it. We have people who have done biotechnology, masters in biotechnology who are doing this program, medical lab science people, physiotherapist, occupational therapist who are doing this program. So these are the main backgrounds, that we are accepting.
All right, thank you. I think, Sarah, we need to make a kind of distinction between practical nursing and practical nursing for international educated.
Nationally educated nurse.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think there is
yes.
a mix up now. If
Mix of
someone
both.
going for practical nursing, would they still need to have a
No,
background in related
no,
course?
no. So just practical nursing diploma, we just need high school.
Okay.
But for practical nursing for internationally educated nurses, this is the background that we are looking for. Because that program is mainly for students who have already done a degree or diploma. Whereas the other program, which is just called practical nursing, is mainly for students with high school.
Okay, so if someone studied practical nursing, just the one for the high school, what would be the certificate they will be issued to? Would they be able to work as a practical nurse as well?
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Be able to work as practical nurse as well. And in that case, we just need a student must have English, maths, and biology.
All right. So are you saying a student that studied practical nursing and another that studied practical nursing as an international nurse, they are on the same category
Exactly.
after
They have
Oh.
same license at the end of the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the curriculum is different. So the practical nursing diploma program, we focus more on practicum, whereas the practical nursing diploma, we focus both on theory as well as practice.
I see. And the same duration, 2 years?
Yes, same duration, 2 years. Yes.
All right. I don't know if you guys can understand this. So there is no fees actually about going for practical nurse as an international educated nursing. If you have other qualification in business, art, history, agriculture, just stay with practical nursing. It's still the same qualification eventually, same duration, same cost too.
Yeah. Yes, roughly. The other practical nursing diploma is a little bit more expensive, 3,000 more expensive, whereas the practical nursing for internationally educated nurses is a little bit less expensive.
Okay. All right, so there's an interesting question here. Can someone already in Canada with a visitor visa, bracket valid, apply inside Canada and convert to study permit?
Yeah, that's a tricky question. Okay, so
Yeah.
usually you cannot change your visitor visa to a study permit within Canada. So you have to leave Canada. So there are two ways to do it. One is to go back to your home country and apply a study visa from there. And the second one is you apply while you're in Canada, but your visa will be processed in US. And you may be asked for an interview. So you should have a US visa. Because if somebody asks you to for an interview during your study visa processing, then you should be able to travel to US. And for students who are applying for colleges in Alberta, most likely their case is processed in Los Angeles.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. I'm just checking through if there's any question that we've not touched already. Yeah, I think we've touched the question. We've talked extensively about practical nurse and practical nurse for international educated nurses. All right, I think we've done justice to quite a number of questions that is asked, and Saurabh has been so helpful to talk extensively about courses available in NorQuest College, pathways for international graduates in Alberta. You also mentioned about how booming the economy of Alberta is, the cheap cost of living, and I think it's a big opportunity for Nigerians that want to study in Canada to maybe consider Alberta as a province to study, because as Nigeria discovered that we are more focused on provinces like British Columbia and Ontario, basically. So there is a huge opportunity. There is an underserved opportunity in Alberta, guys, and I think we should explore going to Alberta to study, not just Alberta, NorQuest College. thank you so much, Saurabh, for your time.
No, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity for connect to the students. And yeah, you all have a great day. And thank you for inviting me. And I look forward to see you. So yeah, connect with our host here, and then he can definitely advise you how to apply at NorQuest College. Yes.
Thank you, Saurabh. So I've dropped our information, how to contact my admission link in the chat box. Please see that. If you'd like to apply to NorQuest College, be in touch with us, and we'll be sure that we're going to do a good job for you to apply to NorQuest College. However, Saurabh, last request, the 155 CAD application fee, can there be any form of discounts? The exchange rate in Nigeria is crazy at the moment.
Yeah, right now, unfortunately, we are not giving application fee waiver, but maybe in the future, once we do an event, then we do some kind of coupon codes. But right now, unfortunately, yes, we do not have the application fee waiver, so you'll have to pay the application fee, and then you apply. But again, our tuition deposit is very less. So I think you pretty much like balance it out. And then, of course, there's definitely great programs that we offer here as well.
Yeah, I understand that. There's a set of sort of the initial deposit is 1,000
Yes.
CAD. All right, thank you, Sarah, for your time.
Okay.
Hope you have a lovely day. Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay,
yeah.
take care, everyone. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming for the webinar. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.